The Art of Attracting the Good. A Zen journey toward abundance, prosperity, and personal transformation. Have you ever felt like life is passing you by? Like others attract opportunities, love, and success while you stand at the riverbank, watching it all flow without you? This is not an ordinary story. It's an invitation to awaken. In the following pages, you'll meet someone just like you, someone who discovered an ancient secret. What you believe you deserve is exactly what you attract. Through 8 transformative encounters with an old Zen master, you'll learn that abundance is not a matter of luck, but of vibration, intention, and the silent power of your own consciousness. This story will show you that every thought is a seed, every emotion a magnet, and that the universe is always conspiring in your favor. You just have to learn how to listen. Prepare for a journey that will change the way you see life. Prepare to attract the good. Chapter 1. The Encounter in the Garden. It had been 5 years since Marcos felt something break inside him. It wasn't poverty, it was certainty. He was trapped. He saw others prosper while he worked endlessly, yet life seemed unwilling to reward him. One rainy morning, tired of everything, he wandered aimlessly until he reached an ancient garden he had never seen before. Among the bamboo and the mirrors of water, he found a Zen master pruning flowers with precise, deliberate movements. "Why do you cut the most beautiful flowers?" Marcos asked. The master smiled. "Because beauty does not exist in the flower. It exists in the intention with which I cultivate it. Every cut is a prayer, every gesture an act of faith. The garden reflects exactly what I believe deserves to exist here." At that moment, Marcos understood. Maybe the problem wasn't his effort. The problem was what he believed he deserved. "You will return tomorrow," the master said, not as a question, but as a statement. And Marcos knew something had changed. Chapter 2. The Lesson of the Mirror. The second meeting took place under the shade of an ancient tree. "The universe is a mirror," began the master. "It does not reflect what you want, but what you believe. It does not attract what you ask for, but what you vibrate." The master asked Marcos to look at his reflection in the pond's water. "What do you see?" "Someone tired, defeated," Marcos answered. "Exactly. And that is what the world reflects back to you. Your energy is your signature in the universe. If you send out despair, you'll receive reasons to despair. If you send out abundance, you'll receive abundance." The master looked at him deeply. "Today you will learn the first truth. Your vibration is your destiny. Before you change your outer life, you must cultivate your inner world. Change begins within." That night, Marcos did something he hadn't done in years. He looked at himself in the mirror and smiled. Not because everything was fine, but because he decided it would be. Chapter 3. The Practice of Radical Gratitude. During their third meeting, the master was not in the garden. Marcos found him in a small cabin, where a steaming cup of tea waited in silence. "Today you will learn the secret that transformed nations," said the master, slowly pouring the tea. "Gratitude is the most powerful frequency in the universe. It is not a passive feeling. It is the most revolutionary act there is." The master gave him a task. Each night, write down 3 things you are grateful for, no matter how small. A stranger's smile, a warm cup of coffee, the simple act of breathing. "But master," Marcos protested, "how can I be grateful when I don't have what I want?" "Because gratitude is not a reward for what you have. It's the magnet that attracts more things to be grateful for. Every thank you you utter is an invitation to the universe. It's as if you were saying, 'I'm ready. Bring more. I deserve abundance.'" 2 weeks passed. No visible changes. But inside, something was shifting. Chapter 4. Detachment and the Paradox. In their fourth lesson, the master led Marcos to a cliff overlooking the sea. "Watch the waves," he said. "They hurl themselves against the rocks with all their strength, without attachment to their form. They accept transformation, return to the ocean, and are born again. That's why they always come back. Different, stronger." The master picked up sand from the ground. Most people cling to their desires as if gripping this sand tightly in their fists. But look what happens. It slips through the fingers. He opened his hand, and the sand flew away with the wind. True magnetism comes from detachment. Trust in what you desire, dream freely, but let go of the result. Allow the universe to surprise you. Often, we receive something better because we release what we thought we needed. That was the hardest lesson for Marcos, to trust without. Chapter 5. Limiting Beliefs. The fifth encounter took place in the master's library, surrounded by ancient texts. "Beliefs are the invisible bars of the prison," said the master. "Your life is not the result of your actions, but of what you believe is possible." He showed Marcos an open book. "Here it says, 'I don't deserve to be wealthy.' Do you see? That thought is a law. Your mind will obey it as if it were divine command." "How do I change my beliefs?" Marcos asked, finally seeing the root of his struggle. "With awareness and constant repetition. If for 30 years you've believed you were mediocre, you can't expect to change in 30 seconds. But every day, every moment, you have the chance to rewrite your story. Replace each limiting belief with a truth. I deserve abundance. I am worthy of success. I attract opportunities effortlessly because I move at the same frequency as success." Marcos began to write affirmations. At first, they felt false, but over time something extraordinary happened. His mind began to look for proof that those affirmations were true. Chapter 6. Conscious Action. "So, Master," Marcos asked after 2 months, "should I just think, and the universe will bring me everything?" The master laughed deeply. "No, this is the most misunderstood truth. The law of attraction requires conscious action, but a different kind of action." He led Marcos back to the garden. "Look, I prepare the soil. I plant the seed. I water regularly, but I do not make the plant grow. That's the work of the universe. My role is to prepare the ground. Your work has 3 parts. Align your vibration with what you desire, cultivate beliefs that support it, and then act from faith, not from fear. Act as someone who already is what they want to be. Apply for that job not out of desperation, but because you already see yourself as that person. Conscious action flows. It is never forced." For the first time, Marcos understood. It was not about spiritual inaction or frantic doing. It was about movement aligned with purpose. Chapter 7. The Test of Fire. By their 7th meeting, Marcos's life had undeniably changed. New opportunities appeared. People treated him differently. But then came a crisis. He lost an important project. He rushed to the master, desperate. "What if it was all coincidence? What if I fall again?" The master looked at him calmly. "This is the most important test. Anyone can keep faith when everything goes well. But the true master of his destiny is the one who maintains a high vibration even in adversity. Difficulties don't come to destroy you. They come to strengthen your faith. They are exercises for the soul, to prove that you truly believe in what you manifest." The master asked him to do the most counterintuitive thing, to be grateful for the loss. "Thank you for this lesson. Thank you because I know this brings me closer to what I truly deserve. Thank you because my faith is unshakable." In the following weeks, from that loss emerged an opportunity 3 times greater. Chapter 8. The Apprentice Becomes the Master. A year later, Marcos returned to the garden. But this time not as a student, but as someone transformed. His business thrived. His health improved. His family was united. But most importantly, his inner world radiated peace. The master was pruning flowers, as always. "Master," said Marcos, "I thank you infinitely. Now I understand. My outer life didn't change because of luck. It changed because my inner world did. The universe didn't do anything different. I changed my receiver." The master smiled. "Exactly. And now you will be the master. Because the next step for one who attracts the good is to become the garden where others find inspiration." He handed Marcos the pruning tools. "Go and cultivate in others what was cultivated in you." As Marcos held the tools, he understood the final truth. The greatest act of attraction is to become the person who attracts, and then share that vibration with the world. The abundance you attract is the abundance you share. Epilogue. Your journey begins. This story doesn't end here. It ends where your story begins. Because you, the reader, are now in the garden too. The same laws that transformed Marcos operate in your life. It's not magic. It's spiritual physics. The science of being. Remember, your vibration is your destiny. Your gratitude is your magnet. Your beliefs are your law. Your action is your faith made tangible. Now go and cultivate the garden of your life. The universe is waiting for you. The good you attract is exactly the good you believe you deserve. May it be abundant.